Hello students. In the last class we have learned about the types of diseases and we have particularly discussed about the chronic diseases and the problems related to it. So now in this class we are going to start about the other two types of diseases that are namely known as infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Now infectious diseases are also known as communicable diseases. So these diseases are which spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, vectors, physical contact or sexual contact. So these types of diseases are generally get transmitted from a infected person to a healthy person, and these diseases can be spread. So there are various means through which these diseases are spread. Such mediums could be air, water, food, vector, or any physical contact or sexual contact with the person. Now, some of the examples of the infectious diseases are common cold, chickenpox, mumps, measles, typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, malaria, AIDS, etc. So, these are the types of the infectious diseases that are found in our surrounding. So now next is about the non-infectious diseases, which are also called as non-communicable diseases. Now as the name suggests, non-communicable diseases are those which cannot be commuted. So these are the diseases which are not spread from any infected person to a healthy person. So there is no chance of spreading of these diseases from one person to another person. Some examples of these diseases are beriberi, rickets, scurvy, night blindness, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, etc. So these are some of the types of non-infectious diseases which are generally seen in the persons. Now fifth is about the causes of the diseases. Now diseases are generally caused by first pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa or worms. So some of the pathogens that carry diseases are virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoas or any worm. Now other cause of the disease could be the poor health and the undernourishment. So whensoever a person suffers from a disease, it can happen that he is from a poor background and thus has a poor health, and also he could be undernourished. He lacks some nourishment in his diets. Now the third point that is the cause of the disease is malfunctioning of body parts. There are various types of other causes which includes the malfunctioning of body parts, which means that the person's body part does not work properly. The last is about the environmental pollution. So the pollution in the surrounding can also cause the disease to any person. Now today we are going to discuss in detail about the infectious diseases. So first is about the infectious agents. Now these agents generally carry the disease from one person to another. So the agents which cause infectious diseases are called pathogens. The important point that you have to remember here are the infectious agents are called pathogens. So these pathogens could be any virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and worm. Correct? So these are some of the pathogens that carry the infectious diseases. Now first we will speak about the viruses. So viruses, the infectious diseases which are spread through viruses are common cold, influenza, measles, mumps, chickenpox, AIDS, hepatitis B, etc. So these are some of the diseases which are caused by the viruses. Now next is about the bacteria. So some of the bacteria that cause infectious diseases are cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, tetanus, anthrax, food poisoning, etc. These are some of the diseases which are caused by the bacteria. Now fungi, thus the disease which are caused by fungi is skin infection. The fourth is about the protozoans. The protozoans cause the disease such as malaria, kala-azar, amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness, etc. These are some of the diseases which are caused by protozoans. The fifth is about the worms. Now some intestinal infections, elephantiasis is some of the diseases which are caused by worm. So These are some of the agents which cause some of the disease that we have already seen here. The next topic is about the means of the spread of infectious diseases. Now we already know that infectious diseases are communicable disease, and these diseases are generally spread through a lot amount of pathogens, right? So there are always means through which these infectious diseases are spread. So infectious diseases spread from any infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food vectors, physical contact and sexual contact. So we will discuss one by one all of these. Now first is about through air. Any infectious diseases such as common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia are spread through air. Now cholera, amoebic dysentery are spread through water, as these pathogens are generally seen living in the water. Some vectors, that is mosquito, spread diseases like malaria, dengue, yellow fever, etc. Mosquitoes are responsible for some of the disease such as these. Now flies that spread diseases, infectious diseases such as typhoid, tuberculosis, diarrhea and dysentery, etc. So the last is about the sexual contact. So somehow infectious diseases are spread through one person to other through the means of sexual contact. So this could be syphilis or AIDS. Now AIDS virus can also spread through blood transfusion and from the mother to her child during pregnancy and through breastfeeding. So an important point to be noted while we talk about AIDS, there are various means through which this virus can be spread. So this could be the blood transfusion that takes place from a mother to the child during the time of the pregnancy, and it could also be the time when the mother gives breastfeeding to the child. The AIDS can be spread from the mother to the child. Now the third topic, that is organ specific and tissue specific manifestations. So we will discuss it in the next class. I hope till now it is all clear to you. Take care, stay home, stay safe.